Hey, this is Cindy J. Lee for Generation Now. Our guest today is actress Anne Hugh, who plays Fenny in the play Blueprint for Paradise, currently playing at the Hudson Theaters in Hollywood. Welcome, Anne.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad you're here. You look beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
First of all, congrats on the part of Fenny.
Thank you.
Tell me more about the play. Tell me about your role.
Well, Blueprint for Paradise, written by Laurel Wetsork, is based on true events that happened in Los Angeles in the 1940s. Apparently, and a lot of people don't know this, but there was a wealthy Nazi sympathizing couple in Hancock Park that inadvertently hired Paul Revere Williams, the famous African-American architect, to finish the architectural building of the Hitler's Victory Compound in the Pacific Palisades, which is now known as the Murphy Ranch Trail. It is crazy. My role in the story is I play Fenny, the domestic servant, housekeeper essentially, of the wealthy couple. So I'm sort of Clara Taylor's, the lead actress, the lead character, her confidant and her friend, as well as her housekeeper.
Okay.
It's sort of an insight into what Asian Americans were doing and the glass ceilings we had then for us during the 1940s, you know, around the World War II time.
In this play, did you have to speak with an accent at all?
I do have to speak with an accent. It is the first character I've ever played where I've had to speak with an Asian accent, and I was a little tentative about portraying her in a way so that it's not stereotypical, because I wanted people to laugh because of Fenny, and I wanted them to see her first for her humanity and her heart before seeing her for her ethnicity. And for some reason in the entertainment industry, Asian characters that have an accent are laughed at, as opposed to British characters or Italian characters that have their accents are sort of revered. I don't understand the dichotomy with that. But I do have to speak with an accent, not so much that you can't understand what she's saying, because it is live theater after all, but I think I portray her with the most possible amount of dignity and self-respect as possible.
In the 40s,
Yes.
A maid was actually a prestigious job for an Asian.
Yes, you're right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, the most popular job for Asian females, Asian American females in that time period was prostitutes in opium dens. And then the next up was factory workers, so sewing factories or cigar factories. And then the most coveted job was a domestic servant, let alone the domestic servant of a wealthy couple. So you were sort of given, because of your job, a higher level of standard of living, you know, automatically.
Okay, let's talk about the character dynamics. So what's your relationship with the main character?
I am her lady-in-waiting and her confidant. So there's a little bit of a sisterhood there between Fenny and Clara Taylor, the two characters. There are definitely parts of the play where they're in private, and so you're able to see sort of the comfortable nature of their relationship, the trusting nature of their relationship. And then there are definitely scenes in public with other characters where Fenny sort of knows her place, you know, in the world at that time, and not so much in that she's limiting herself, but that it is a sense of survival. You know, in order to survive and keep what she has to maintain her place in society at that time for us.
Okay. Now, every play has a message. What do you think is Blueprint's message?
That's a good question. Oh my gosh. Ironically, while we were rehearsing this play, the message that Blueprint had is very similar to sort of the political atmosphere that we have today in 2016, which is that everyone should be seen and respected for their humanity before any stereotypes or prejudices against their ethnicity, and that to stifle the potential and limitation of any one human being is to create the potential and limitation for all of humanity, you know, so it doesn't serve us, you know, to belittle or put down or control others. All you're doing is cutting off your own arm, you know, on a grand scale of the overall progression of humanity.
That's a good message.
Thanks.
Yeah. So we talked about the play now. I want to know more about Anne Hugh. So you're an actress.
Yes.
But you have many other talents. You're a singer, you're a dancer, you're even a gymnast. Well, you can call yourself all those. You're an actor. You can play all these different roles because you're so talented. Since a young age, you play the piano, and you got training in all these different areas. What led you to where you are now? What was your journey like?
Well, I have to say that as the only Asian female in my entire hometown, growing Salisbury, Maryland, there was definitely struggles to fit in socially, and whether that be on the playground in kindergarten or in grade school with the other girls. and having to face a lot of racial adversity at a very, very young age, you learn that you are sort of an outcast. And I have to say that the only place where I felt that I belonged in was the theater, was the drama club, was acting, was where I could be other people. And it was sort of emotionally safe growing up. And no one's really outcast in the theater. You know, everyone is sort of accepted because everyone that goes to the theater or goes to, I think, a field in the arts was first seen as someone that didn't belong, and it's in the arts that everyone does belong. So that sort of led that professional inclination, I guess. I had a very ambitious mother who pushed her children to be achievers and always the best, so that's where the gymnastics and the piano and the painting and the singing all came in. I started out studying classical singing and singing before I studied acting at NYU. So that's sort of one thing led to another, and it just sort of turned out that the characters and the people whose stories I'm compelled to tell and represent lie mostly in plays and theater and film and television.
A talented actress was born, so.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you should really thank your mother too.
I do. I do. Actually, what's so funny is that when my mother was in Taiwan at university, just, picking out a name for herself to come out to the United States, her Chinese name is Fenny, which is similar to Fenny.
Oh.
And she almost chose Fenny as her American name before she came here for grad school.
Wow, what a coincidence.
I know, but then she said it's too close to the word funny, so she chose Florence instead. And here I am, her daughter, years later, playing Fenny. You know, it's just like it's come full circle.
Yeah, all comes full circle. It all ties together.
It does.
The universe, you know?
The universe and the chain of humanity.
Exactly. Mysterious.
If only everyone would understand that.
I know. Why can't everyone understand that? Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and I can't wait to watch Blueprint for Paradise.
We can wait for you to come see it. Please come see the show. It's fantastic.
Yeah, make sure to catch Anne in Blueprint for Paradise at the Hudson Theaters in Hollywood. The play runs until September 4th with performances on Fridays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 3 p.m. For more information on the play, go to blueprintforparadise.com. Thanks so much for joining me today. This is Cindy J. Lee for Generation Now.